growled across the forest. Rain poured down in thick sheets, soaking everything below. Deep in the woods, a tiny white rabbit named Nibble was caught in the storm. He had been looking for berries when the sky suddenly turned angry. Cold, wet, and scared, Nibble huddled under a large leaf. But then, a strong gust of wind blew a big umbrella-shaped leaf from a tree. It landed right next to him. Nibble climbed on. To his surprise, the wind lifted the leaf like a boat in the air. Up he floated, drifting softly through the storm. Lightning flashed, and raindrops danced around him, but the leaf kept him safe. He floated over trees, rivers, and sleeping owls hiding in their nests. Through the stormy night, Nibble whispered, "I'm brave. I can do this." Finally, the wind calmed, and the leaf gently brought him down near his cozy burrow. His family rushed out and hugged him tight. From that day on, Nibble was known not just as a little rabbit, but as the bravest one in the whole forest. Loved Nibble's magical journey? We bring you daily animated tales full of wonder, adventure, and big life lessons, all through the eyes of lovable characters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to PippoUnfiltered for your daily dose of magic. Ready for magic? Subscribe now. In the heart of the vast, mysterious forest, Leo, the curious fox, heard whispers carried by the wind. Drawn by a glowing light between ancient trees, he ventured deeper than ever before. Suddenly, his sharp eyes caught an old, giant tree with strange symbols carved on its bark. The air around it shimmered with magic, and Leo felt a thrill. This was no ordinary forest. What secrets awaited him beyond? Cliffhanger. The adventure continues. Stay tuned. Magic is here. Subscribe now. Inside the glowing chamber, Leo's eyes fixed on a shimmering key floating in midair. The key pulsed with energy, promising hidden powers within the forest. But suddenly, the shadow revealed itself, a mischievous sprite trying to steal the key. Leo had to think fast and act brave to protect the magic that could change everything. Would he succeed? Cliffhanger. The journey's not over. Ever felt like a wall could hear your pain? Liam stumbled upon an ancient stone wall deep in the forest. Out of frustration, he whispered, "I just want someone to understand me." To his shock, the wall replied, "I hear you." "Every day," Liam returned, sharing his deepest fears. The wall listened, never judging. But one day, the wall said, "You're ready now. Go be someone else's wall." Liam walked away, tears in his eyes but stronger. Some walls don't block, they heal. If you believe words hold magic, like this video and subscribe for more untold stories. A bench waited 20 years for one promise to be kept. Every afternoon, Ava sat on the park bench where her dad used to meet her. Before he went missing in a storm, he said, "Wait here. I'll find you again." Years passed. No sign. People laughed at her hope. One rainy day, an old man in a soldier's coat appeared. He whispered, "Sorry I'm late." The bench had waited, and so had Ava. Some promises travel through time. Still believe in promises? Tap subscribe. There's more magic to come. What if a book cried every time someone forgot its story? Mia found an old dusty book in the attic. As she opened it, a tear rolled from its pages. Startled, she flipped through each forgotten memory, made the book weep. She read every word aloud, and the crying stopped. The book whispered, "Thank you for remembering me." Not all tears are sad. Some are grateful. If this touched your heart, follow our channel. These stories need someone like you. He thought no one saw his kindness, but someone did, and it changed everything. Jake, a janitor at a high school, brought 2 sandwiches every day. One for himself. One he quietly left on locker 214. No name, no note. Nobody noticed. Nobody asked. Until one day, a letter appeared in place of the sandwich. "To the person who's been feeding me while I sleep in the library. Thank you. I'm not invisible to you." Turns out, a student had been homeless for months, hiding her pain behind top grades and fake smiles. Jake never said a word, just left a sandwich the next day and a sticky note. "You matter. Every day. Don't forget it." She graduated, got a scholarship. Years later, she returned as a teacher. And on her first day, there was a sandwich on her desk and a note. "Welcome home." Subscribe to PippoUnfiltered Official, where every little kindness has a story worth telling. She waited, but he never came back. She waited for him every day, but he was already gone. Full story. Around 180 words, perfect for 1 min short. Every evening, Grandma Noor sat by the window. 2 cups of tea. One for her. One for her son, who went missing in war 18 years ago. People said, "He's not coming back. Move on." But she smiled. A mother never stops waiting. One rainy evening, a letter arrived. Old, torn, faded, from the army. Her hands trembled as she read. He died a hero, but his last words were, "Tell my mom I'm on my way home." That night she didn't make 2 cups of tea. She made just one and placed it beside his photo. Then she sat by the window and whispered, "Now I know why you never came back." Moral: some waits end with truth. Some hearts break in silence. For more real, emotional shorts, follow PippoTunes Official, where stories speak louder than words. They thought she was just a maid, until they read what she wrote. Asha worked silently in a big house. She cooked, cleaned, smiled, and no one ever asked, "Are you okay?" One day, the little girl of the house found a notebook under Asha's pillow. She thought it was a cookbook, but it wasn't. It was a diary, filled with poetry. Lines like, "I clean their plates, but no one sees the hunger in my heart. I fold their clothes, but carry the weight of my own dreams." The mother read it, stunned. This maid was a writer, a soul screaming in silence. Next week, Aisha disappeared, and a few months later, her poetry was published, with a dedication. To all those who serve silently and dream loudly. Never underestimate the people you ignore. Want more heart-touching stories? Follow PippoTunes Official, where every soul has a voice. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can make the biggest storm feel warm. Rain poured like the sky was crying. People rushed for shelter umbrellas, popped open. Taxis filled fast. But one little boy stood alone, under a broken awning, holding an old, torn umbrella that barely covered him. A few steps away, an old man sat on a bench, soaked to the bone, coughing. People passed him like he didn't exist. The boy looked at his tiny umbrella, then at the old man, and quietly walked over. Without saying a word, he held the umbrella above both their heads. It didn't cover much, but it was enough. The old man turned to him, surprised, and whispered, "This is the first time someone cared in years." Across the street, a cafe owner saw it all. He stepped out, brought them hot tea and snacks. One small kindness, and the world got a little warmer. If this moved your heart, pass it forward. Subscribe to PippoTunes Official for more real, human stories. She had nothing extra, but she gave from the heart. At lunchtime, Mia eagerly opened her lunchbox. Her favorite sandwich, a cookie, and some juice. Across the table sat Layla, the new girl, quiet, distant, eyes focused on nothing. Her bag was empty. Mia noticed. She remembered what her mom always said. Kindness doesn't need permission. She slid half her sandwich across the table and smiled. "Want to share?" Layla hesitated, then took it slowly, gratefully. "Thank you," she whispered. "My mom lost her job. We haven't had much lately." Mia nodded, not saying much more. From that moment on, they shared lunch every day. And slowly, Layla started smiling again. Sometimes, friendship begins with just one kind bite. It's not what you give, it's how you give it. For more powerful shorts, follow PippoTunes Official. Not every coin matters, but every kind word does. He played his violin on the street corner every evening, notes echoing off cold concrete walls. People walked by, faces down, busy lives, busy minds. No one stopped. His hands were freezing, his heart heavier than his instrument. Maybe this is useless, he thought. He was about to pack up when a little girl came close. She listened quietly,